Hey there, Leo. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, baby. Ring that bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share. Share with your friends, your peeps, your family, your neighbors, your mailman, your mail woman, your mail whoever, your grocer, all of it. Let's get this word out about Joy the World, because these are energy sessions here to help each person who tunes in to level up into their best, bright, most beautiful self, making a world a better place for you and for me. Now, I'll tell you, this week it kind of started out in the flow of people clearing out some stuff. It might have been wherever the plants were doing something I don't even know, because it was forcing its way out. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Why are you pushing me? But it had to come before the reading could even proceed and move forward. And I was like, okay, whatever we got to do, baby, let's bring it up here and let's handle it. Now, the thing was, I was ready to start. I had already pre-shuffled everything, but they were like, go back in and begin to move through the energy of Leo. So I started to do it with my beloved Mary L. What a good season for Mary L. Every day is a reason for Mary L. And I tried to move it and get going, and it passed out right from the bottom. And you're like, Joy, the only thing we got to deal with is we're ready to take it from the bottom to the top. And I'm like, okay. All right, Leo, you can change it up. You can turn the tide. I don't mind, baby. Bring in your soul of love, your beautiful heart, yourself. And look, we got 4 cards, and we're about to find out what they are. Ooh, I already see one staring at me. What you see? What you see? What you want? Baby, I got it. What you need? You know I got it. All I'm asking for a little respect when I get home. So normally it's been 3 cards coming out, but you're talking about a pairing. So really you have to, okay, you're asking me apart the waters. So who goes in the middle? Who goes in the middle? What is happening here? We're going to wait for a minute on that until I see more of the development. But you're definitely, you're bringing, ooh, talk about some divine counterpart. Now, I'll tell you, all right, if you're a Leo sun that's tuning in here, you're going to be drawn to the Leo in somebody else, but they're not a Leo sun. That's for sure. It's obvious. Matter of fact, it could be like I have part of fortune in Leo. You could very much be drawn to someone with a part of fortune, because they got some genies, some genius, some magic working on up in here, doing their thing, being able to bring it forward and out the essence of life from anything and everything that they touch. They got the Midas touch, and they'll turn stuff to gold. They bring it to life. You are running the field of dreams here, Leo. I love it. So talking about the layers of time, this person is eternal, and they have tremendous authority and power and great command over the peace that they have, over all the knowledge that they have gained and learned during this time. They went through immense poverty, and that doesn't mean does not having money. That meant being strapped, struggling, stressed. They've done drowned like 5,000 times. They've been burnt to a crisp, whatever. They've been left for dead. They've resurrected I don't know how many times. And they're showing me, they're like, that's all right. They came to peace with it, because in the background, can you see here? In the background, those are trees. Those are fruit trees, and those pears are huge and ripe. And it's about being able to step into that they're like, well, I became fruitful. Trees, they look like they died. Deciduous trees are trees that lose their leaves. Okay, we have evergreen and we have deciduous. And deciduous are ones that lose their leaves. When they do, they look like they're left for dead. But given a little time, a little rain, a little sunshine, they resurrect and they come back again when it's the season, is time, and they're ready. That is how this person has lived. Now, the thing is, their body has had some works. It has worn the age well. But they have been through some stress, and they're still processing through it. But they aren't ashamed, not in the least. They're like, I know who I am, and I possess who I am fully. I create my own prosperity. Spinning straw into gold. They're like, of course, it's easier that way. And they're like, I don't have to go out chasing it down, trying to find it, trying to extract it from you or get it from there, work this person over, or try and find this opportunity or whatever. That's very much, y'all, it sounds like a part of fortune. If not, like if you're a man tuning in, and so this person, maybe their Leo would be in Venus. Or if you're a woman tuning in, maybe this man's, it's not so much Jupiter here, although it could be. What if they had Jupiter and Mars bumping up together in Leo? That would be nuts. But talk about some vast energy. Look at the trilogy of those wings going on. So this is someone who's very eternal and everlasting, and they have a well-rounded perspective. They're not quick to just jump in on things. They've got a tremendous amount of common sense, and they have an enormous amount of compassion. But they've learned to not let people work their compassion. They will not deal with low-ended tactics of extraction, coercion, being worked over, manipulated, that type of thing. They're like, full stops. They just won't even imbibe or engage in that. They'll walk away from it because they're like, I don't have any need to communicate it to you or to prove it to you. If you acting like that, peace out, I'm gone. That's what they're saying. Ooh, they're wooing you now because I see that finger of love, their genie, their Aladdin lamp, their whole self. It's like beckoning you and wooing you on in here, and you're like, whoa, you got double vision, baby, because you're like, am I drunk? This has got me worked up. You're like, I am swooning. I got it full going on here, and your eagle eye, your tremendous depth perception, your knowingness. You're looking through the fullest depths, and you're seeing them clearly for who they are, and you can't even believe your eyes. You're almost like wanting to rub or wipe your eyes, which really is like the eyes of your soul. You're like, is this real or is this a mirage? Is this real or is this a mirage? Let's step in. Let's step in. You like bullseye. We'll just do it. I just ask because you said, but everybody's like, I'm sorry, y'all. My hair's tickling me. You know how there's the spring fever? Y'all got fall fever. You like, we ready to cuddle up, bundle up, snuggle up, all that good stuff because you're like, so it's called the Night of Elixirs, but you're like, Joy, we're ready for a night of love. I'm ready for a night of love. And you're like, you know that you know. You know that you know, and you're open and you're ready to fully embrace this, so much so that you're willing to, let me just say it like this, sacrifice. You're willing to give attention. Because this person, you don't have to work for them, but they're so complete, so whole in themselves that you got to kind of gain their attention. And that doesn't mean working hard for it, but you do have to speak up. Okay, you do have to stretch out a little bit. You have to go a little bit out of your comfort zone, your safety bubble. And you're wondering, will this work for me, Joy? Is this right? For some of you, I see you reaching for a Virgo sun, okay? All right, so you're breaking those boundaries and you're moving all along. What is that? Okay. And just trust the words that want to come out of your mouth. That's what I see here. Oh, yeah, it's making my nose itch. Trust what wants to come out of your heart. You're going to think, I want to edit it. I don't want to say that. That goes beyond my comfort zone because that's like flattery. That's like stupid. Why should I say those things? But well, you might as well get on board because you're going to do it anyway. It's going to spill out your mouth. So why not act like you're meaning to say it and own it? You can do that. You're the star of the performer, right? You step on board, you can own that. Now, that's male or female here. Because, see, you're like, I found my genie in a bottle. I am ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to hold this one. The one I love. You're already saying, woo, okay, that's fast forward. But, hey, there's nothing rocky in it. You went 0 to 1,000 just like that. So I'm going to take a look at them. And I want to do it with the magical, mystical moments. Like, you have me almost catching for my breath. That's how fast you went. But it feels right. And now y'all are talking. Y'all are talking. Y'all are talking. Now they talk a little mysterious, like not all hidden or veiled or whatever, but remember, they're holistic. They have come through this whole world. They're ethereal, they're eternal, they're otherworldly. Okay? So they're someone who thinks before they speak. That's what has you thrown off. They think before they speak. They're not just saying things that you want to hear, because you're used to everybody being all hot and bothered by you, all like flirting and throwing themselves around and everything. This person has peace and patience like nobody's business, and they're just talking to you like a regular person. You're like, I don't know what to interpret about this. I don't know what to think, Joy, because that's the flame coming out of their mouth. Can you see? And so you're like, I don't know what to think about that. And I'm like, sit into yourself. Sit into yourself, Leo. Sit into that heart of yours, into your chest, into your breast, and that night of love is gonna be coming. Look how happy. Look how happy. And trust your intuition, okay? Trust your instincts. Trust your intelligence, okay? Your intelligence is your connection to your higher self. And trust, Leo, that imagination's trying to work some overdrive right now. Remember me saying I had to try and catch my breath? Okay. We ain't doing that. That's too much, because here you are. Okay, something's going on right there. So we just, no. How did those go? You're weaving something here. So hang on just a second. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay. They came in like that. So who came in first? But if you inverted, this was on the bottom, so that should be here, and this was on the top. Okay. So now you have their attention. You have nothing to hide. And you, Leo, have everything to gain. Now, irregardless, the person that this genie, that's what we're going to call him, right? Male or female, that's irrelevant as to who's in this card, but it's that person that captures you with one glance, one look. Can you imagine? And that's what you're like, I know, Joy, that's what we're talking about. We're going to say stupid things and this all going to flow out, because I've never felt like this before. I've never seen this before. I have never been so scared to lose my heart before. But this one comes so close to your heart because they are whole and they are complete. Therefore, they are trustworthy. There's somebody who's real. There's someone who's honest, who's genuine. And the thing that you need to know, Leo, okay, faithful. That's important, because that could be your undoing sometimes, as reasons why this or that, or, you know, the stepping overboard or going out of the zone, flirting and doing whatever because of a moment and a feeling. You're going to notice with this person that this is what you were seeking all along, that you thought was that fulfillment, and here it actually is. It actually is. That's why they have you acting like this, and they're not doing anything. It's you, it's your soul, it's yourself, it's rising up and saying, this is my destiny, this is the person of my dreams. And you know in your heart already right away that you choose them. Okay? They have lured you in and they didn't do it. It is this enigmatic power of theirs, their everlasting, their eternal, their ethereal self. The fact that they are otherworldly. And they own it, they possess it, they don't shy away from who they are. They're not ashamed of the scars on their body or the marks on their soul. Matter of fact, they enhance it and they wear it quite well. They wear it quite well. I love that. I love that, Leo. I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? Okay. So we're stepping over into the energy of the Hermit. You're talking about, oh, baby, we need to, Joy, because this is what's going on underneath the surface right now. Isn't all this water going to put my fire out? And I'm like, no, baby, sizzle pop is what I hear. Look at all that emotion rising up and welling up. You're like, it's carrying me forward. I'm going in a direction that I don't feel like I even have permission over my own hands, feet, mouth, whatever. This is something happening to me. And I'm like, it is, because here you're clearly showing me it is your destiny pouring forth out of your mouth. This is the time and the season, the day, the person. Okay? This is it. Look, the hallmarks of destiny. And you'll know because they're gentle and kind. You'll know because they're also kind of smart and sharp, and not sharp-tongued. But there's someone that they don't play into your, like, trying to lead or guide them through certain mindsets to feel them out. They're like, they said they're too good for that. Man, they're too wise for that. You can't be played. And because all the things that you've tried or used to navigate life up until now don't work, your real self is awakening. It's almost like a secret code that is being cracked and turned inside of you. Your own gears, your own self, your own cognition is coming forward into this unfurling. It's not your undoing. It is not your undoing. Look, you have your light there. It's the power of your spirit possessing you. Breath fills your lungs. Juiciness drips from every cell of your body, and your mind is overtaken by this beautiful passion. All right. So it's something about their words, the water of their words. They water your soul. They're like a poet to your mind. They're like a dream to your eyes. They're like a song to your spirit. Okay. So along with that, we have the Ten of Discs coming in. We're going to look at the top cards first. I love this card. Talk about so rich and full. Y'all, I got crazy here today. Just forgive. There's grace for me, right? But just like that, I'm the goat, right? Look at those horns just curling and moving all out. These wings here, they're like commandments. They're like wooden planks. They're like ancient arcs. They're like the overcoming power. Okay. You're telling me flat out they're weapons of joy. They are weapons of joy. And this is the evergreen, the everlasting. Remember, there was the deciduous over here about the seasons of life. The love coming in is an evergreen, everlasting kind of love. And it's a purifying and holy kind of love. And not like, no, like coming from truth, coming from, that's what all this blue is. That throat chakra. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Leo, coming from the truth. I love that. I love that. And awakens the stars in your eyes, the stars in your skies, and all of heaven and earth are conspiring to help usher this forward, usher it in, and bring it forward. And you're trying to reel in that beast of yours, your black moon Lilith. You're like holding it by the neck, whether you're a man or a woman. You're like, stop. How do I put the brakes on this horse, on your power, on your sexuality, on your connection, on your full on earth steed? I love it. Look. Can you see you like gripping, like you urgent for it, but at the same time you kind of get the brakes on. You're like, what do I do? What do I do? I see my life flashing before my eyes. I see my life flashing before my eyes. Am I losing who I am? What is happening here? And I'm telling you, it is the flat out Big Bang explosion. Whole new world. Whole new world. Big Bang explosion. The bricks and mortar, the checkerboard of life, the red, the black and the white. You're saying the red and white. It doesn't even compute anymore. It is this plasmatic, this enigmatic energy that begins to move around because it is whole brain, whole mind. If it's conceivable, it's possible. So this is someone who comes more from the imagination realm. Well, let me tell you, friend, you've probably been cooking them up. And so, you know what? Dive in. Dive in. Dive in. All right, so let's take a look at the antique anatomy. I was about to say oracle. I guess you con in like an oracle here. What you talking about with this 10 of disc? Is like, is my life over? And I'm like, no. Look, but the death is coming in as the undergirding. This is a sign of harvest. This is a sign of bringing in all the seeds that you have sown, all the prayers that you've prayed, all that you have worked towards. And you have worked mind, body, and soul. And these parts over here, like this and this, are where you sacrificed yourself and not your true self. You began to shed facets of yourself or people groups or old relationships when you knew they weren't the right one. It wasn't for you. You just at some point couldn't continue in that lie. A lie is anything that's not your truth, right? It's not in your whole self. And there you are in the center, going for that wild rose. You're like, we want the fragrance. We know how to move around those thorns. We ain't scared of those thorns. And right straight up in the center, you like, hee, 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 hee. Can you see that? All smiles, all giddy, all glory. It's a go. It's a go. So that's what this 10 of disc brings on in the fulfillment of your happiness, because it is literally like you reached it and you hit the button or you ring the bell, because the race is won, the victory is won, the race is done. And you're like, game over. Thank God, no more games, remember? No more games. None of that. This gets you out of your comfort zone, which means it also unlocks you and it sets you free. Not it, they, you. It's not anything they do, it's y'all together. It's all together. And that ushers in this new power of number 2, liberty. Remember, we were talking about the black moon Lilith up here, which is that steed, right? It's that fiery, deep, dark passion. There's things that we could share with someone that we would never share with anybody. They're almost the dark secrets that we wouldn't even utter. They're the passions, the things that our mind hasn't even conceived to explore, whatever it is. It doesn't always mean just naughty or wrong or bad or anything. It's just inconceivable up until you meet this person. And look at all that comes. Look at all those stars and the dreams in their hair. The thing that when your relationship comes together and that connection occurs, and that doesn't just mean sex. That means that heart connection, that love connection, and the passage of time. Their peace that they have is contagious and it overtakes you. As it overtakes you, you expand and level up in so many ways without it being pressurizing or overtaking you in any way. It smooths the whole world out. It silences the din and the noise and the distractors and the squirrels, all those things that used to have you, ADD and chasing after and working this and that, moving around and going and going and going. And you're more now like, you all zen, you Ram Dass up in here. You're like, yep, that's right, that's right. And that's the thing, is gone are the tears. But you're saying my heart can almost cry at this joy. And I'm like, I know all your goldness self with all this blue coming in, but this blue is representing the power of their truth. They very much carry the Mary energy, which is interesting that we're using the Mary L. The Mary energy has to do with the part that's closest to the wick. It's the deepest heart of the flame. Because when you look, there is the clear, the empty space, and then there is that certain blue that occurs around the flame of the candle. And then you go off into the orangey and into that vanilla colored part of the flame, But that's what you have going on here. So begin to prepare yourself, begin to be ready. Ask yourself, you'll be looking everywhere like joy, 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 like peeking over a fence like Wilson, but I'll be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's good to be excited. It's good to be looking forward to it and be stirred up. Want some cuddles this autumn season. You're like, no, I want a lifetime partner. Let's vote for that, Leo. I vote for that. I vote for that. Be on the lookout. Let's get a crown. I see you. Ah, interesting. All right, so this is a warning, and it's coming in this way. It's just something for you to know. It's not like warning or the buzz or anything. It's really like kind of keep this to yourself a little bit, and you're like that's the hard part, Joy, because I feel it all bubbling up. I want to tell my friends. I want to know about this. I want to just begin to talk about it all over the place. Save your words for this one. Let this pressure build up. Let this intensity begin to build up, because it's going to put you in the eye of your center. It's going to cause that coal to turn into the diamond, into the ruby, into the magnificent gem that you are. And it's going to pressurize into the center, that your radiance, your shine is going to burst forth like the noonday. And they'll see you. They'll see you. That's it. Hey. Friend, leave your comments down below. I want to know what's going on. Share yourself, share your story, share your life with me, whatever it is. That's why we're here. We're in this together. This is Joy saying stop by again soon. I love you. Bye.